Nuke is a map with a very high skill ceiling, and if you play it improperly, you'll find it harder to keep control of the map. I'm going to show you the most powerful positions to hold, what to do, and when to rotate. Now, for your default setup, you want at least 1 to 2 players outside, 2 to 3 players on A, and 1 to 2 players on ramp. Now with this setup, wherever you have 1 player, for example, you have 1 player ramp, 2 on outside, and 2 on A, that 1 ramp player needs to play passive enough until enough info is available. Once you lose control of the ramp or outside, it makes the map significantly harder to defend, so holding those areas is very important. I'll start with ramp, then lead into how each position helps one another as we go along. For the pistol round, I like to have 2 players go ramp, so if they rush A, we have a quick double flank, and if they rush ramp, you have the players to defend while an A player can get the flank. But in other rounds, if you're playing ramp, you need a Molotov and a smoke, which you're going to use to waste time. Throwing a smoke gives the enemies the option to rush through, so I recommend throwing a Molotov first to see if you can hear a lot of enemies, then you throw a smoke off this wall to play on top. This is when you call over your heaven player to come and help you. Another thing you can do is that if you have info that terrorists want to go B, you could just take a shot at the first guy, then run into ramp and drop a smoke like this, because from here, you can either hide in the smoke to help your teammates at ramp, or just run into sight to get a more powerful position. If you're starting the round with 2 at ramp, you can use Molotovs to stall enemies until you get some more information. If they're inside, just hold ramp with your teammate, or even boost here with an XM. You shouldn't have 2 players ramp the whole round, so you can either clear lobby with your teammate, or have one of you guys go play outside or heaven. For A site, you always want 2 players to go up ladder. One of you needs to stay in heaven, or rafters, while the other one needs to play on top of silos, hut, or on site. The heaven player should be ready to switch to ramp as soon as the ramp player calls for them. The fastest way to get down ladder is to fall into it like this, then tap W once you hit the bottom. If the terrorists are going outside, you can fall down or use the top exit to help your teammates outside. If they're going A, toss your utility and stay in the rafters. You're very exposed when you peek heaven, so you should do as much as you can to delay a bomb plant and keep presence on heaven. As long as you're up there, players are going to be wary of heaven, especially in pugs, which can help you retake the site. For your outside setup, if you're going to have 1 player outside, you should throw this smoke and play close to mini, or you can play in garage and protect yard. If 2 players are going outside, just have one of you cover 1 area at a time. The player playing mini should also throw a Molotov at squeaky door, just in case they try to rush through, as well as the outside lurk smoke if the player in garage isn't going to peek. The garage player at minimum should have a Molotov and a grenade, and hopefully a smoke, so you can molly red container and break the outside smokes for your heaven and mini player. Mid-round, if you're playing mini or ramp, you might find an opportunity to go around secret or get early B site control. But if you rotate at the wrong time, you can leave big gaps in your team that can easily cost you the round. At ramp, only rotate if the bomb is spotted going B, you have a teammate watching ramp, or you're doing that hold where you smoke off ramp. Leaving ramp too early is one of the worst things that can happen, so even though it might be boring to hold ramp, you have to play smart and you have to wait. If you're playing mini, you can honestly go secret if no one immediately runs through squeaky. The best way to go down is to do the same silent drop I showed earlier, so you don't make the vent noise. Then you could just make your way to secret faster if you were to come here from B ramp. Another reason not to rotate off of B ramp. Once you're in secret, the garage player can play in yard or mini until they can make it there, and you guys can get info for your team to get everyone where they need to be, especially your heaven player. Sometimes, no matter what you do, it can seem like the terrorists know exactly what's going on and kill everyone 1 by 1. Don't be afraid to try aggressive double entries on save rounds or even force rounds. It can honestly catch a lot of players off guard on this map in particular. You could drop all your flashes to 2 players and have them flash outside, or even trophy room. You can get away with dumb strats on this map like shotgun camping, since there's a lot of vertical spots on this map. Overall, this map requires good communication and teamwork to stomp other teams. It also wouldn't hurt to practice your smokes, mollies, and flashes, since on Nuke, you're going to be switching through a lot of utility very quickly. If you have any other tips for playing CT side Nuke, please leave it in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.